All right, so we are live, but that light right there is going to annoy the hell out of
Which
me.
one?
This one right here. So y'all hold on. I got to lower that. Okay, much better. All right. Oh, so and it's still a little bit out there. Anyway, we're live here for Candid Conversations. Hashtag Meet the Fords. Just say hi.
Good evening.
Well, tonight, Mr. Ford doesn't even really know what the topic is. I'm in several groups, and it was one post that I read, and it's almost like an extension from last week when we talked about blended families, because I know I heard from a lot of you who said that the topic in the discussion was helpful. So that's what we want to do always. And as you see, we're in a whole different environment, right? Well, that's because we also will be doing some special fun things for everyone that is signed up for the 15 Days of Sex Challenge that is coming November the 12th. November the 15th is when that will kick off. So if you want to know more about the 15 Days of Sex Challenge, text 15 days to 804-967-4551 and you will be in the challenge. This is a part 2 to the 30 Days of Intimacy Challenge. Whoa. That it kicked off last November. Well, and hopefully you guys can hear us just fine because we're a little bit away from that. So just a quick introduction for those who have never joined us, who have never been here before, don't know who we are. I am your favorite life coach and certified clinical sexologist, Coach K. I am the CEO and founder of Love and Intimacy 101, where I work with women and I work with couples on growing intimacy so that you can have a more fulfilled sex life and sexual experiences. And this is my husband,
Mr. Ford, right?
Yes, you can be Mr. Ford.
Mr. Ford tonight.
Mr. Ford tonight. And he is an entrepreneur and complete caregiver of the entire family. You take those just some hair that fell. So this is a scenario that we got, and we may hear from one of our children tonight. I'm not positive, and I don't want to quote anyone on that. So we may be able to hear from a child who has been in a blended family, and because children are involved in this particular scenario, it may be good to hear from you. Hear from her. I'm just letting her know so she doesn't say, "You didn't tell me," that we were live. So here's the situation. There is a woman who said that her husband's baby mama called and said that she needed something moved. So I need you to listen to
That's what I'm trying to do.
that she needed something moved in the house that was very heavy. They shared 2 boys together, and I think they're teenage boys. And so she said the husband agreed to go to the house with the children and move this thing. And he told his wife, because he's now married, after the fact. Couple things to know. One, the baby mom is married, so she has a husband, and he is not disabled. There is nothing wrong with him at all. And 2, I believe they have history, the 2 ladies. So in this group, of course, I would hope that y'all would know what my opinion is. Like, that's just some craziness all the way around the block. But there were a lot of people in this marriage group that was saying to the woman who wrote in that she was overreacting, and that it's because it's their children together, that it should be okay that he agreed to go and move this stuff. So this kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week when it comes to the whole blended family thing and where the lines cross versus get gray. And that's why the title for tonight is Trust. What is it? It was Trust. Oh, I said I was going to remember it, and then I didn't. Yes, Trust, Stupidity, or Naivety when it comes to this situation. Is this where is there a certain level of trust that a couple can have where this will be perfectly okay to go and do? Would it be somebody be considered the woman stupid for saying, hey, it's okay if you go move that thing? Or is she just being naive? So I turn that over to you. If it was a situation like that, what do you think about the situation?
Oh, my Lord. All right, so. No, that ain't working.
And why would it not work?
First of all, man, that's crazy.
Very much so.
She got a man,
Mm-hmm.
so he should be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
For one. Two, how old were the young boys?
They were teenagers, maybe like 14, 15,
They old enough
16.
to move that shit too. So that's number two. That's just for me. Like, if I was like the husband that's supposed to know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I tell her I ain't doing that.
And I will say that was one of the comments that was made in the group is, how would the husband feel that
Yeah, and then if you the other man and you just so happen to call home, hey, what you doing, man? Oh, Joe over here with the boys moving. Yeah, we have a problem.
So
That's just me.
So that's where I think about this whole trust thing. Is there ever a level of trust that can be put into a relationship, a marriage, that a husband or wife can make a decision about doing something for their kids' parents that they wouldn't have to talk about it beforehand?
I guess in some people's cases, they can have a level of trust. I guess it depends on the situation, actually. But me personally, I just ain't feeling that shit. I just can't.
So for me, there could be a level of trust built in a situation. But in my opinion, if you are married, no matter how tight or how strong or how deep that level of trust is between you and your husband or you and your partner,
Respect your partner first.
the respect part is what matters. So him just agreeing to do it and then telling her after the fact, that's where the respect can get kind of shaky. And then that chips away at trust because she didn't feel comfortable because what she said was, this is to see how far things can go. She said, first is the favor of come move this stuff. And next it'll be a favor of, hey, can I borrow $1,000 to put a down payment on the car?
Yeah.
So when it comes to trust, I do believe that no matter how much trust you build, respect is more important because you should have that conversation with your partner.
Absolutely.
So stupidity. Would it be stupid for someone to have such a level of trust that they don't have to have that conversation beforehand?
You asked me, I don't
Yes.
call nobody no names, man. But
Well, we're not talking about a particular person.
I wouldn't call it stupidity. I mean, oh yeah, shit. I guess you could. That's a tough one.
And it's okay to say that, when
so the wife is accepting of what I call her.
No, she's upset. She's not happy about it.
Oh. So what's the stupidity about? Yeah.
Stupidity. Would it be stupid for someone to have such a level of trust that they can be able to do that without having that level of communication?
That's how they feel about it. I wouldn't say it's stupid. Then if they don't feel like that, they doing it because they think it's the right thing to do. That's stupid. I would say that.
Who, the husband, if he just does it because he thinks it's the right thing
No,
to do?
if the lady is just going along with to keep peace,
That's stupid. Absolutely. And that's where I'm going with this whole thing is just like she wrote in the Facebook group to ask, am I overreacting? I don't think that in marriage there should be nothing, in any relationship, there should be nothing that you just do to go along with just so that the other person feels obliged, because eventually that will just, it stays in your relationship and it festers over time. Because if I say that, or I make it okay that you just do things without talking to me first about it, I don't truly have the right 5 years later to just totally blow up like, all right, that's enough. You never ask me about anything. You never tell me this, when for 5 years I just went along with it. So, naivety. Being naive is just being openly trusting, or just honestly sometimes not even paying attention. Because it could be a case of somebody just being naive, and it almost goes back to the stupidity. Are you being naive and saying, oh, I trust my husband, he can just go and do whatever it is that he needs to do for his baby mama, I'm not worried about it, I'm not worried about them being together?
I had to question why she's so naive then. Like,
some people are just openly trusting, like just overly trusting.
I guess how you was raised, I guess. I trust people that much.
Do you think it's naive to just make that statement of, oh, I don't think anything's going on, he can always go over there no matter what time? Like the situation where the guy and girl were together and the ex-wife called to say it's a bat in my attic, and it's like 2:00 in the morning, and he gets out of their bed to go to the ex-wife's house to get the bat out of the attic. Is that just being naive, or that's just being stupid, or is that just being trusting?
Damn, that's hard to say, man. I don't roll like that, so I'm kind of biased anyway. I can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't believe that was discussed with the woman in advance when it comes to that bet. So this is a situation. There was this couple that were together, and there was an ex-wife that was involved because there were small children involved. And to me, the ex-wife had too much access to their relationship. Like for the kid's birthday party, the ex-wife came to the home that he shared with his new girlfriend, and she was just in there as if they never got married.
We went to the wedding. How do you know we got married?
They weren't married at the time, I think. Oh, well, okay, with the new wife then. Then there you go. So this is now the home with the new wife, but the ex-wife just comes over, cooks in the kitchen, just kind of maneuvers all around. And the new wife is just like, oh yeah, this is fine. This is her old home, and I'm okay with that. And it's like, they had been married a year. They had been married 6 months when this was happening. And this is a huge, huge, huge mistake that a lot of new couples make. I'm going to make an accommodation for an ex-wife or a family member, or I'm going to make whatever accommodations for my now husband's extended family or ex-family, so that I fit into this whole new family dynamic without beef. That is a huge red flag issue and problem in new relationships that happen every single day. If you're not upfront and honest about how you want to keep things kind of closed off, like I know that for us, well, I can speak for myself. For me, I knew that in order for us to build a solid foundation that we can grow on eventually, we had to kind of dwindle down to a very small, circle of people, which would be us, our children, and a very few other folks that are there in our lives to help us grow. And so I was always okay in the beginning when, saying, well, I don't want to go to this, or I don't want to go to that, or just not going to a lot of family functions so that we could learn each other. How do you feel about that? How you feel about that whole thing?
I feel it's necessary because you don't have a solid foundation, it ain't gonna do too good. And because you don't take time to learn the person. You can go out public, go out in public, and they might react a certain type of way when they're around certain people, and you wouldn't know how to adjust to that. And you might be the type of person that just blow up, or you know what I'm saying? It can go left real quick if you don't know your partner.
Are you talking about yourself?
I be talking about myself.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I'm talking about myself. Crazy.
I
just wondering.
But that is absolutely true. I know of another couple who the woman is, very friendly. She's very open, and the new husband is he's guarded as hell. And the woman's family has a lot of family functions. Like there's a lot of birthday parties, just gatherings, getting together. And when she is amongst family, she is wide and live, wide open. She enjoys every moment. And so when they would go places, the husband was, sitting there kind of balled up, kind of looking at things.
Take the time to learn the person.
Right. Because he did not know how she was in an environment around family. Or he saw it and maybe he thought it was change after they got married, because I can't say they were
shit changed after you get married.
I
don't know why the fuck people think that shit like that, man. Nothing change.
It absolutely does not. Man. And it shouldn't change, other than, again, learning each other. So I guess he felt like it would her being who she was would change after marriage, and it didn't. And things kind of got tense for a while. And she kind of diminished herself for a small moment. She didn't know, she was anxiety filled. She didn't know how to be herself, because here she is realizing that her new husband gets terribly upset when she is enjoying life with her cousins. Yeah, like getting hella mad. And she's like, well, I want to keep my husband happy, but I've been doing this for over 50 years with my family of us enjoying each other. How do I take my personality and just put it in a box? And you can tell how stressful it was. And here it is. I think they're 5 years in, and I think they're now getting to a place where they're able to communicate a little bit about their likes and dislikes. They still keep some things to their self, but you have to be able to be honest on the front end. You have to be able, because it's trust, stupidity, or naivety. None of that matters without respect. So even though I put those 3 on the flyer, none of that matters without respect. What does respect look like to you?
What does respect look like to me?
Look for fancy flavors on it.
I mean, respect to me, like, if I can tell somebody respect themselves, is that what you asked, basically?
No, what is respect to you? What if you were looking at me and said, "You're disrespecting me"? What would it have been? What action would that have looked like that I disrespected you with?
I no such a thing, like just being a little too friendly. You know what I'm saying? That can be a form of disrespect. Being dishonest is a form of disrespect, which correlates to land. Not cooking can be a form of disrespect. Let's do it, shit.
Whatever.
No, but I mean, yeah, shit like that.
So I agree that those are all forms of disrespect. But just like you listed off those, I may have a different set of what I feel is respect and disrespect. And so I think it's important that when you're in a relationship, or especially when you get into a relationship, even before that, when you're still friends, before you take that next level over, is to understand the respect boundaries of each other.
That comes from spending that time together before you venture out and just attack the world.
So just being at home, not worry about clubbing.
I mean, you can do it if you. That's your.
Oh, we can go out.
Girl, your ass on. I'm going to sleep.
So you have to take that time to learn each other. You have to take that time to understand each other, and you have to take that time to be honest about
How you feel?
Yes, how you feel.
That's the main shit.
That is the main thing. You ready for what? This Ford fans flavor here on Instagram. He said he's ready. I want to know what you're ready for, kind sir. If y'all know about Ford fans flavor food, listen. This is the reason why I am 50 pounds away from 200 pounds.
Lord
it is devastating to me. It is devastating. Look, my face is all big. Hot clubbing. Listen. It's getting cold outside though. I don't want to be outside the cold. But look, we are about to cut you guys short because we have, let me see, we have some work to do. As you see back there, we gotta get ready to get these videos made for the 15 days of sex challenge. So, and they're not videos the way you think that they're videos, but if you don't know about the 15 days of sex challenge and you are ready to join the 15 days of sex challenge, make sure that you text the word 15 days to 804-967-4551 so you can get on the challenge. And if you have not already finished your 30 days of intimacy challenge, and you want to know more about that, if you text 30 days to 804-967-4551, you can get started with that. So I thank y'all for jumping on Candid Conversations, #Meet the Fords. Just know we are here every other Saturday talking about all kinds of topics that are important in marriage and relationships. Because why? We're married and we're in a relationship. Anyway, y'all, I will catch y'all next go around. And don't forget, Mind Fucked Couples Sensual Touch class is Saturday, November the 12th. There's a 2 p.m. and a 6 p.m. class. Reserve your seat now because your match, should I say, now because space is limited. We're only taking about 10 couples to get that done. That is this Saturday coming up, the 12th. What? I thought you were looking at my room. Mind Fucked Couples Essential Touch class. And ladies, December the 3rd, we will have She Flow, which is the ladies sensual touch class just for you, 2:00 and 6 p.m. You can reach out to me directly to get the schedule and a link for those so you can reserve your spot. And don't forget, last thing is the 3rd annual Fools in Love Couples Retreat registration is open. Yay! We only have space for 5 couples. That is it. That is going to be March 31st through April the 2nd, 2023. So get your registration on now. Know that your ticket is all inclusive. It includes your stay. Our chef who does all of our meals is right there. He will prepare all of your meals while you're there. And everything you need. All you have to do is get yourself to the location. We take care of the rest. So, anything that you want to say before we close out?
I'll wait till next time to say it.
Why?
Because I want to.
Okay. He's weird, but it's okay. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will catch you back here in 2 weeks for Candid Conversations, #Meet the Fords. Bye.